Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video on the Excavation Warrior deck overview. So this deck is currently in the top 1k legend games and it's getting about 65 to 70% win rate, which is pretty decent. So it's not widely visible at the moment because the sample size of these games is quite low. I think of the top 1k players who are contributing to those websites where it kind of shows all the data for all the games, there's only been about 55 games played so far. Yeah, so we'll just get stuck into the deck list. So we've got Garrosh's Gift. You have to excuse my pronunciation because I'm from New Zealand. So obviously, execute, shield, block, or brawl, useful when it's needed. I tend to use this for getting extra armor, but also brawling if I need to. Good for like Fizzle as well. Obviously, Razorfen Rockstar is very good early game for protection against very aggressive decks in the first few turns. Also good late game when you get your Marin or when you're going for that armor kill with Odyn. So Bladestorm is obviously very good, especially against Demon Hunter. If you want to combo it with a Brawl to get rid of the whole board, it's quite helpful. Blast Charge. So yeah, the big part of this deck is obviously excavating treasures. Just quite good. Destroy a damaged minion. Can be quite useful against a big monster or against, just a basic minion you want to get off the board. Obviously, the treasures do stack up and they get better as the game goes on. But yeah, just a very useful card. Kobold Miner. So you want to get this kind of early in the game, give you some early tempo, get rid of some board. And yeah, you might also get some interesting treasures to give your minions a boost in the early game. So the totem's also good for drawing cards, getting early armor. Safety goggles, quite good late game of Marin, going to give you some extra, boost for your Odyn. But yeah, the whole aim of this game obviously is to get as much armor as you can, going for the kill in one turn. OTK them to the face. Shield block speaks for itself. Draw a card, gain armor. Stoneskin Armorer, good for getting drawn, getting some minions on your board. Try and chip away some chip damage too. All you can eat, so this is quite good against Death Knight, getting some minions on the board. Try and protect yourself from the horizon that does all that chip damage. Also helps protect you from the dirty rats that could be out there as well. New Heights, obviously giving you some mana ramp. Another key card to get early in the game, very helpful. Fizzle's quite good. Sometimes you might be in an area when to use it, but just try and use it as early as you can. Give you some protection later on in the game. Obviously, just make sure that your hand is decent enough. So try and use that with E.T.C. Pop that in there. Maybe getting an extra weapon's quite helpful. Getting some sleep under the stars, a Marin. Zealot as well. There was one game I played against a rogue that had like a million crazy amalgams that would just keep on summoning themselves, and I had about 5 brawls just going consistently thanks to the Fizzle. So it's a quintessential card, the Fizzle, so try and get it early and protect it at all costs and use it wisely, but don't be too worried if your hand isn't that great. Just any forward momentum's great to help secure your late game. Prince Renathal kind of speaks for itself. Reinforced plating. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on right now. This card's very useful as well. Gain armor, excavate a treasure. Aftershocks, obviously go for board clearance. Alloy Advisor, also another great card. Give you some extra armor. It's a good combo with Aftershocks as well. Your E.T.C, so what's hiding in your E.T.C is your Dirty Rat and your Tony and your Odyn. So Tony, for instance, if your deck is full of bombs or plagues or it's quite late game, can be quite useful just to replace your deck. Or if you have 2 E.T.Cs thanks to the Fizzle, you can obviously go Odyn then Tony and give you some extra board advantage there. That's like a super long game. Most games I find don't go that long, but probably in the very top legend, they do. So getting that extra boost there is quite helpful. Dirty Rat is obviously quite good if very situational. If they have some beastie minion in there with a strong battle cry, then yeah, good to get rid of it then too. Obviously, Ignis, create your weapon. I have seen some legend players use this quite early to get rid of some annoying titans, but obviously this is quite good for late game, getting your Wind Fairy and gain 8 armor, or summon a random 8 mana minion is quite helpful. Brawl, another board removal, quite good. So Burrow is quite good mid-game to get rid of some board, give yourself some treasures to obviously give you some extra boost. If you get a late game, you can also get a 4 mana treasure that can summon 2 8-cost minions, which is quite powerful. I've used that with the rush minion, so you can steal their minion and then play it on your board, which is quite helpful too, give you some tempo. There was one game where someone stole my rush minion as well and then used it against me. So, but yeah, it's a really, like, these treasures are very helpful as you go deeper into the game. Mind control tech speaks for itself, can help steal some juicy minions. Hamm, obviously another juicy minion to help disrupt the tempo and also to steal some of their powerful minions that I don't have in hand. Sanitize is very useful, especially if you've been stacking armor in the early game. Badlands Brawler, this card is great. So if you have Excavated twice, it's going to win the Brawl. If that's in your Fizzle as well, it's just an insanely good board removal. So yeah, very powerful card. That can obviously go quite well if you can Brawl them and they can't do anything, and then you go into Marin's, quite useful to give you some tempo. So obviously Marin speaks for itself, still useful here. Sleep Under the Stars. I've seen lots of players use this like early in the game, and that kind of like ruins your armor gains from Odyn later on. So try and hold off using this for as long as you can, unless you've got it inside your Fizzle. And yeah, you can do some pretty good armor damage with Odyn. And your Ziliax is going to give you some protection as well. Hopefully against from the freeze weapons too, and from the tsunamis, so that you can just go in for the Odyn face smash. So that's the deck overview. Let me know what you think. Be very keen to see you try this deck. I put the code in the comments. Yeah, very, very powerful deck. I've gone about 70% win rate myself. The games I lost were just misplays and bad card draw. Didn't get my E.T.C until late in the game, and got boom boss and it died. So yeah, but overall very fun deck to play. The treasures late game are awesome, and yeah, I think it's got very strong potential to be a top legend deck in the next week as well as we enter the expansion. So give it a go if you love Warrior. And if you have any other legend decks that you love or you want me to try, feel free to post them in the comments. And hope you enjoyed my new microphone as well. Got a blue Yeti, so hopefully it's decent quality for you guys. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Have a great day, and I look forward to uploading some more legend deck videos. Cheers.